Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to paint a beautiful majestic wave in sunset. This is how it looks in the end. I have added all the materials used in the below comment section so that you can go through it later on. After taping my paper, I am going to create an elevation so that it is easier for the paints to flow. Now here is a rough sketch of my waves and also I am shading the parts where I want to create a depth effect. Once this is done, let's start painting with the sky. I'm going with a gloomy sunset, so here I'm taking sky blue and adding a little bit of orange to give the sunset look. I'm outing clouds with indigo or pioneer grey. This is wet on wet technique and my paper is still wet. Add depth to the clouds with the help of a darker shade of indigo or pioneer's grey. Now let's start with the wave. Here I am re-wetting my paper because it was fully dried up. And once it is done, I will start applying my turquoise blue or phthalo blue as a base for the waves. With the reference of my depth pencil markings which I had done initially, based on it I will start applying darker shades of blue wherever it was marked. And with this you can always give the depth effect for waves. Make sure to use the brush in the same stroke as how you want the wave to be looking, because in watercolors when it dries in the end you can always see the flow of the brush in which the strokes have been going. You can always add a darker shade color for if you want to show the flow of the wave. Here I'm not going to use white much, hence I'm trying to create as much as waves possible with the darker shade itself. For foreground, in my reference picture it is a blur because the photographer is trying to keep the wave in focus. So I'm trying to replicate the same here. Hence I'm adding just the outlines of the waves first with the darker shade of blue. And once it is done, I'm going to wet my brush and just go across the flow and merge both above and below strokes. Remember that this is still in blur, so the depth effect can be added only with soft strokes and not with the hard strokes like how we added for the wave. So you should be applying the strokes only when the paper is still wet or your colors which is applied as background that is wet. I'm just adding a little bit of teal green so that it creates a perspective for my painting. In a watercolor painting, people usually like to go with very much soft edges wherein the blend is clearly visible and do not want to focus much on the details. But since I love painting the waves, I'm trying to have a realistic view here and hence spending a lot of time to add as much as details as possible. Now I'm also using a lighter shade of white mixed with blue and adding a highlight to the waves. And this is our painting. Do subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. I go by the handle Tinted Doodles. See you in my next tutorial. Thank you.